Thoughts on a North Carolina player base is what the question was. Sorry.
So having gone now to Vegas and Los Angeles to play Edison. Now at Vegas, it was only like 7 or 8 other people, and like a lot of them were also at Los Angeles. So I'll just go off Los Angeles. Keegan was really hyping up the LA players, and so the whole time he's like, "Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to do great, but these guys, they're not slouches. They're insane. They're like these guys are really good. There's so many YCS winners and toppers, like all in the LA Edison scene." And I go, and it just didn't feel as difficult as my locals.
Yeah.
And I was like, and maybe it's because like I've got people in my locals like Sasha who beat me and Raikoko in the 3v3 like this past weekend. We got second place to them. It was Sasha, Yiching, who is the guy who beat you at the 2K with the
thanks for
Kirby
reminding
player.
me.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck your tournament. Fuck your undefeated record. Fuck you and your undefeated record." But
yeah, that was Sasha, Yiching, and Adam, and those guys beat us in the finals of the 3v3. And like, maybe it's because I've played against them so much, I like know what to do against me.
Yeah,
but they feel tougher than like going out to LA and playing against people who've won YCSs. Like it just like the competition in LA, and also might have been my bracket luck maybe, but like it just felt kind of soft out there. And I feel like
I want to interject real quick. Here's what I think. I think in general, and this just makes sense. I think that what I'm saying is just a logical thing. There is no local scene in the world that is going to be better than the online world in pretty much any competitive thing.
Oh yeah.
Like
because
if you
online
think
you have
about
everyone.
And online is all of the best people who want to play can play. They don't have to worry about, can I get to California to play this in real life event, or can I get to Vegas or whatever. They're just all there. So like all of the good people who are from Italy or Europe in general, all the people from Canada, all the people from North America or like the United States or whatever, Japan, technically everyone could be playing Edison format with us in the Discord server. And you don't need to physically be there. When you are physically in a place, you are limited to the people normally who are either one, who have the resources and are willing to travel long distances to get to that place. Like obviously me, when I used to play at a high level, I would travel no matter where the YCS was, I would fly to it. But I had a sponsor, so that made it easier because the resources to do that, it's very expensive. I was one of the better players, but imagine if I can only play at events that were close to the tri-state area, New York, Philadelphia, Jersey, etc. It's kind of hard to say that any tournament that's far out in the West Coast where a lot of people don't travel to necessarily is indicative of high competition. Just because like, oh, there's some good players there. Like, sure, there are. But if you want the hardest experience, if you want like the real deal, an online tournament technically should have anyone who's good, who's willing to play has access to it.
I'll add the small caveat that like it does depend on how the environment's brought up. I think for Edison, that's 1,000,000% true because it was kind of born as an online community. But I remember, and maybe this has changed nowadays, but I remember back when Dueling Network was like first a thing, and even years after DN was a thing, a lot of the really good YuGiOh players, didn't put much, like they wouldn't, like Frazier wasn't entering DN tournaments. You know what I mean? Like
if there were any, I did not.
Like the online scene for like Dueling Network at the time wasn't necessarily the strongest scene because like not all of the best players really put time into like playing rated on DN. Like the number one rated player in DN wasn't necessarily one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
Just because, like, the environment of how it came up was different. And I think, like, the same was true for fighting games. I think now, fighting games, there's a much stronger online scene because most fighting games are getting rollback now. But before fighting games had rollback, good fighting game players did not ever want to play online because they were like...
You're right.
They were like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm not playing online.
You know what's so funny about that, though? You said that, Kenny, the rollback netcode, how it changed the world.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this. This is getting off to a little bit of an aside because we're going to talk about fighting games for a split second here. But Smash Ultimate, right, is a game that has an online community, and online sucks in Smash Ultimate because Nintendo fucking sucks when it comes to their online experience. It's just not up to par. Everyone knows this. There's input lag. There's all kinds of other technical issues that they just have. Rollback netcode helps with this. Kenny, you want to say something real quick?
I just want to say, it's just funny because, like, the online could be fine. Look at Monster Hunter Rise. Like, look at Monster Hunter Rise. Like, the online could be fine, but, like...
But it's not. It's terrible.
Just not.
So Smash Ultimate is one of the biggest fighting games in the world. It's one of the biggest fighting games of all time. And the craziest thing is, right now, the best player in the world is Spargo. and he started as an online player during the pandemic. Before the pandemic happened, Spargo wasn't even somebody that you would consider like top anything in the world. He was just whoever he was, some random kid. The pandemic happens, we're all in our houses, we're all doing a lot of things online because we don't have a choice. There's no more fighting game tournaments in real life. There's no more anything. There's no more YuGiOh tournaments in real life. So everybody has to find new ways to be competitive. Spargo ends up being the best player online, right? Him and Sonics were like the two best. Sonics not in the best way, but Spargo ends up being the best player in Smash Ultimate Online. And everyone was saying, I can't wait until in real life events come back because all of these fake people who are good in online, they're going to be nobodies when in real life comes back. Well, spoiler alert, it's 2023 now. In real life events have been happening for the last year and a half. And Spargo is the best player in the world over MKLeo, who was by far the best player. He's not even in consideration for best player in the world right now. And on top of that, the other guy, Sonics, is also top 10 in the world. And he was also thought to be, once the pandemic is over, once people go back to in real life, you're going to be a nobody. Spargo, you're going to be a nobody. It's going to go back to Leo wins everything, and the world will be at peace. And that just did not happen.
You know what's funny about that?
Hey guys, if you like this clip, we have full video versions of our podcast episodes available on the IMNerd Patreon, as well as exclusive content.
If you'd like to listen to our full podcast episodes or find us on any other social media platforms, you can do so by clicking the link tree below.